Hey, everybody. Welcome and thank you for signing up to use our systematic literature review tool. Before we begin, a lot of people asked us about the workflow. They wanted to see kind of the protocols. They wanted to understand exactly what the app is doing in the background to make sure it's going to conform with their process. So we're just going to run through this nice little flow chart that the team put together. So that you can be sure as you go through the app, these are the stages of how we're approaching it. And if there's any questions further, we'll take them all after. Okay. So we're going to zoom in and go through it step by step. And again, all of these steps correspond to the menu items in the app. So it's really simple to kind of plow through it from top to bottom. Very self-directed. Okay. So when you start your project, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to collect a bunch of info from you, things that would go into the protocol. Okay, so the device description, your intended use, any safety and performance claims. These are just things you're going to write out. They need to get into the final protocol anyway. That's why we collect them up front. These are going to be your protocol, generation stage. This is where you're going to pick the databases you want. You're going to determine how you're going to analyze them and extract on relevant full text later. You're going to set your exclusion reasons. This is important for your Prisma later on. And then obviously you're going to research and set your search terms. Okay, so these are 4 things that happen up front. We need to know where we're going to search, what we're going to search, how we're going to evaluate it. And these are all, we have default values for you. You can use them. You can customize it yourself. Okay. Once that's done, it's time to actually collect the articles. Now, depending on what databases you've picked, our system will collect a lot of them for you and go download them. Right now we do PubMed, PubMed Central, Cochrane, clinicaltrials.gov, and some of the FDA MAUDE databases automatically. And we'll just go get them for you. The other stuff, if you have Embase in your own license, other databases, you're going to basically run the search yourself with the terms, download the file, and then upload it to the system so it can get processed. So moving on, what we're going to do then, once we've processed it, duplicates are marked and removed. We'll report them later in the final reviews, but you're obviously not going to need to review the duplicates over and over again in your abstract first pass review. So that's why this step is here. We go to the first pass abstract screening. This is pretty typical MedDev stuff. You're going to mark them excluded or included. If they're excluded, you're going to set a reason, obviously, and then they get saved for being reported later. If they're included, we're going to go ultimately to your full text review, which is the phase 2 of your review. We have a point here for adverse event searches and uploading and processing. It's available to you to do it in the app. Most people haven't asked for it this round, so we're just going to skip adverse events. Ping me afterwards if you want to hear more about how to do those. It's pretty self-explanatory in the app, but it bears repeating here. Once you get to your full text review, it's going to be the same thing. So you're going to go through the series of decisions, the series of yes, no, multiple choice questions, how you're going to classify the full texts. So you're going to read your articles, perform your data extraction, and this is the meat of the review. This is where you're actually going to conduct your review. You can assign your grading score, your suitability criteria. All of that is going to come in this portion of data extraction. It's just a big form that you fill out, and the system keeps track of everything that you're working on and what stages they're in. So if there's things that are missing, it's going to let you know. Okay. And once your extraction is done on the full text articles, it's time to actually download your final report. So we offer them in multiple formats. Some people, if you guys have your own templates and you want to just dump it out into a big Excel doc, make your own tables, that's fine. But we also generate a fully completed Microsoft Word protocol and full review template with all of the bells and whistles, your Prisma diagram, all of your tables of included, excluded articles, the summary counts of the search results for each term. We build a nice zip file that validates your search results that you can use to submit to a notified body or the FDA. And it's really just kind of a nice full package. So there's lots of options here that we can get into if people have questions when the time comes. But overall, that is the big view of how we do these, how the system does these reviews. We're setting our protocol, we're collecting our articles, we are reviewing the abstracts in one pass, excluding what we can. Then we are going to review the full text of what we want over here. We're going to perform the full data extraction on them. This is the brunt of the review. This is the juice. And then we're going to generate the report in something that's going to be useful to you, either a Word doc that you could submit right away, or a Excel sheet that you can manipulate however you need for your submissions. So that's it. That's the full overview, guys. We'll cut it here. And then if we have any questions, people just, put them in the box and we'll follow up very shortly. Okay. Thanks, everyone.